The European Court of Human Rights. Everyone has heard of it, and everyone can bring a case before it. Its role is to make sure that states comply with the obligations they accepted when signing the European Convention on Human Rights. However, the court is not a court of appeal or Supreme Court. This means that the Strasbourg Court will never rehear a case already decided by a lower court, as a higher national court would. In practical terms, individuals are entitled to apply to the court, regardless of their nationality and without legal assistance. Tens of thousands of people do this every year. However, if you are thinking of applying, you must comply with the admissibility conditions. Otherwise, the court will reject your application without examining it any further, and you won't be able to appeal against that decision, which will be final. So, what are these conditions? First, you can only bring a case after exhausting the domestic remedies, which means you must usually have taken your case through the courts of the country concerned, all the way to the top. You must also lodge your application within a period of 4 months following the final court decision in the country concerned. In other words, the judgment delivered by the highest court. You must rely on one or more convention rights. This means that you cannot base your complaints on any other legal instrument. The case must be brought against one of the states parties to the convention, that is, a member state of the Council of Europe, which has undertaken to uphold convention rights and freedoms. The alleged violation must also have taken place on the territory of that state, or on a territory under its effective control. Lastly, the person bringing the complaint must be a victim of the alleged violation, which means being directly and personally concerned. For example, you can't complain about a law simply because you disapprove of it. To sum up the main admissibility conditions, you can bring a case before the ECHR after exhausting any domestic remedies within 4 months of a final court decision by relying on one or more convention rights, alleging a violation by a state party to the convention concerning facts within that state's jurisdiction, and provided you yourself are the victim of the alleged violation. Once these conditions have been fulfilled, you can bring a case by submitting the duly completed application form. If you just send an ordinary letter, it won't be taken into account. Equally, any application form that is incomplete or is submitted without supporting documents will be rejected. If you have complied with these admissibility criteria and the formal requirements, the court will be able to examine the merits of the case. Further information on the formalities and conditions for lodging an application can be found on the court's website.